That same Vijay, little fellow who used to, brilliantly play one after the other compositions on the tabla. Whatever I said, he was like a racehorse, ready, And today you are, somebody that the world respects, looks up to, and me too. I really admire you for what all you have achieved in life.
For those of you who don't know, this is his full name is Pandit Nayan Ghosh. He is one of India's foremost classical musicians. What is amazing about him is that he's a virtuoso in two musical instruments, a melodic instrument, which is the sitar, and a percussion instrument, which is the tabla. But more importantly for me, he is my beloved Nayan Dada. Because in my young days, I learned tabla from his father, the late great Pandit Nikhil Ghosh, but a lot from Nayan Dada, and we developed a close bond from those days.
If I remember right, the time period when I was teaching you, that was around 1971,
yes,
I think.
Yes.
And I was 15 years old and you were probably 10.
Yes, that's correct.
I remember you as a very bright kid, as a, your receptivity, your ability to grasp whatever I taught was amazingly quick. And retention power also was something unusual. Especially one particular, I still remember one particular tukda that I gave you, and you played it with a wonderful impact. And you might remember that even today. Tangda, dingda, didi dingda. And it came with the correct intonation and technique and clarity.
Since you mentioned tabla compositions, I would like to recite one that I remember.
Definitely.
From 50 years ago. So this is my favorite. Dhagene daga digene nagetete kata kata kattete te gegete gegedhen nagetirte nakata trikdhe taken dhe taken dha 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 trikdhe taken dhe taken dha 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 trikdhe taken dhe taken dha dha dha.
Excellent. And another incident I'll tell you is that when at one point of time, when I was already dreaming and hoping and kind of visualizing you, not only to take tabla as a career and grow into a fantastic tabla player that India badly needed at that time, but also later, much later, many years later, when we reconnected in recent years, I was thinking, wow, this is the person we need to take Sangeet Mahabharati forward, So at that time, when I was teaching you, and a point of time came when you probably got busy with studies and other priorities. And at some point of time, I had asked whether you will be able to take tabla as your main career, and you were not too sure about it. But at the same time, you were, I could see that you had other priorities in mind. And you once came with your father, and your father discussed with my father. And if I remember right or not, you wanted to join the Air Force as a pilot or something like that.
The airlines. I wanted to join the airlines, yes.
Okay. And that was the first and last time that I cried bitterly. Bitterly for days on end, because I couldn't believe that you were not going to continue with tabla at that time. But that incident taught me a lot also, that it taught me how to give my best to a student who is so deserving like you, and give my best without expecting a return, but at the same time, with all my heart in teaching, and yet to develop the strength to be detached from everything in life.
Wow. On one of the Saraswati Pujas or one of the Guru Purnima days when we used to have the programs, we were all singing in the choir. And that year we were singing Vande Mataram in Desh Rag.
That is Mia Malhar, yeah.
Mia Malhar.
Yeah, yeah.
And when we were singing that, I was in the front row. And you may remember that in one of the lines, one of the verses goes, Trinshakoti Kantha Kala Kala Ninad Karale. And in that Trinshakoti, that is one little offbeat hai wo.
Correct.
Right?
Then Dada Trinshakoti.
Yes. So in the dress rehearsal, on the day of the performance, I was standing right in the front row. I was a little fellow, and Guruji was only 3 feet away from me.
Okay.
I missed that offbeat in the dress rehearsal. And Guruji looked at me with those big eyes, beard, right? And I started quaking in my kurta pajama. Anyway, when it was over, he said, remember that there is a little offbeat. And I was really scared. And you were playing the Pakhavaj.
Yeah.
And you came to me and you said, it's okay, don't worry. If you think you're going to miss the offbeat, us time pe aap kuch mat gana. Because the whole choir is singing.
Yeah.
If you're going to be nervous at that time, just let them sing it and then you join in.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I remember feeling so relieved that you put your arm around my shoulder and you said, it's okay, ye hota hai. Performance mein kabhi kabhi ye hota hai. But you have to learn how to think on your feet when you're on the stage. So I remember that fondly and I remember it very gratefully.
Beautiful, beautiful incident.
Not only have I learned the tabla from you, which I'm extremely grateful for, but more importantly, I feel that I've also learned to be a good teacher from you.
In the first place, a teacher has to know and put his feet into the student's shoes. The first thing. And try to understand how is the student looking at this whole thing. As the student is perceiving something, the teacher simultaneously must see 5 or 10 steps beyond and be able to express what he wants from the student. He should be not only articulate, but ready with a few examples here and there.
Yes.
That encourages and helps the student to see the matter more clearly. There's no doubt that any good teacher has got to be a very, very deep human being. He has to be a very refined, very evolved human being. I have learned this through a long process. Now it is 52 years since I have been teaching. So that's what I felt, that teaching is a great, I won't say profession. I'll say it's a great art that teaches a lot. Every time one teaches a student, there are different students with different abilities, their assets and liabilities, and shortcomings, as well as their gifts. So how best one can mold a student, not only with good ideas, good thoughts, good material, but something that helps to mold and reform the student into a far better human being and with a vision. So I think a great teacher is someone who gives a student that vision. I feel there are always three gurus in life. One is the actual guru, the person. The second is riyaz. Riyaz, when one goes into deep and rigorous practice, he starts finding many avenues in front of him. And those avenues, they teach him a lot. They not only teach him, because the student learns, practices, assimilates, and after that comes another stage, experience, which comes through concerts, that the third guru, the stage is the third guru. And then something greater comes, and that doesn't come to all musicians. It comes to few musicians. That's called anubhuti. That's called realization.
Yes.
You know, anubhav is experience, and anubhuti is the final stage, where even just one sound can take you to a different world.
My hair is standing on end, Nayan Dada, just as you are saying it.
Yeah.
You know, for me, because of learning music so early, first from Pandit Taranath, then from Guruji, and then from you, I describe music is my gateway to the divine.
Kya baat? Wonderful.
I would just like to pay gratitude to you because you were the one who gave me the key.
God bless you. God bless.
To the gateway.
My fondest and most affectionate blessings is, may you cross 100 with great, robust health, and with all your dreams and wishes coming true one after the other. And, you know, you really care. You care for everyone around you, society, the country, the world. India needs many, many more people like you, with that kind of vision, with that kind of intention, with that kind of a dream. And may you succeed in all that you undertake. You have made all of us so proud. God bless you. And I can say that may music continue to inspire you more and more and more in all your work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.